I'm Albert. Welcome to Vlogs About Nothing, my own guinea pig. And so, yeah, I'm talking about legalizing marijuana today on a federal level. And so, currently, I want to talk about the year 1996, right? And so, I was born in 1987. I'm a very old person, right? I know this. But the thing is I was 9 years old in 1996. And so, I actually have a pretty good memory of that year. And just to be short, it was probably one of the better years in my life so far, right? Because I got to see Michael Jordan play a game of basketball IRL. Dopest thing ever. I think he dropped like 18 points. They played against the Seattle Supersonics. It was an exhibition game in what would then be a preview that year of the Eastern Conference Finals. All right, it's one of my big life brags or whatever, is that I got to see Michael Jordan play in real life. And so, yeah, 1996 was a great year. It was also a great year, and leading into the topic for today, legalizing marijuana on a federal level, because California became the first state in the union to legalize medicinal marijuana. Just 2 years later, if you didn't know, Alaska followed suit, and I didn't know that until doing this research. And so, yeah, go Alaska. I've always been a real big Alaska guy. And so there's reasons why weed needs to be made legally. Weed needs to be made legal on a federal level, right? And so I want to currently talk about three different ways or three different perspectives on why I think that should come to fruition. And the first of which is we'll talk about current policy right here in the United States of America. And so currently there are 40 states that participate in some kind of legalized marijuana policy reform, right? And I say policy reform because on a federal level, marijuana is illegal still, right? It is considered a class 1 substance. You can still get jail time for it. And that's just the way it goes, right? And so that being said, we now know out of the 50 states that 40 states currently have laws in favor of legalizing marijuana, either for medicinal or recreational and or both. To be more specific, I will say that there are 24 different states in the union currently, and not including Washington, D.C., that have legalized marijuana on a medicinal level exclusively, right? And so the remaining 16 states are going to have policies that both reflect legalization for the medicinal patient as well as the recreational consumer. And so currently that's the way our policy is, right? That's how the world is here now. And the thing is, Gallup took a poll in December of 2023, just a few months ago, and out of all the people surveyed, 70% of all people over the age of 18, specifically 18 to 34, favored legalizing marijuana on a federal level. And this is important, right? It's important to note because that specific age group are going to be the largest incoming group of constituents that can vote, that can, have a bigger financial impact in their own individual lives. It helps them do all kinds of things, which includes being in a better place to vote and educate themselves on what kind of policies they want to see in the future and things. And so currently, that's where we stand, and that's how it is. In the past, from the year 1996 to the year 2000, there were already 6 states that had some kind of legalized medical marijuana program in place. And so just, before Y2K, there were already more than a handful of states that had favored legalizing weed, at least on a medicinal level. And so in the future, we now know that according to some research that was done by MJBiz.com in an article released on the Washington Post, $132 billion in 2018 money can actually be generated in tax revenue. I went over to the good old inflation calculator and calculated that in today's money, it's $164 billion. Inflation's crazy. I leave you today with just saying that marijuana should be legal, and I thank you for watching the videos.